Alright y'all, we've talked about Thanksgiving side dishes, we've talked about our family's favorite Thanksgiving recipes, we've talked about Thanksgiving side dishes in the crock pot, but one thing I have yet to talk about here on my channel are Thanksgiving leftovers. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I hope you will join me. I think you're going to like these recipes. Hey y'all, I'm Jen. Welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome if you're new. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, Thanksgiving leftovers. That's one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving, that 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. plate of leftovers, sit in front of the TV. But if you're looking to do something a little bit different with your leftovers, you've come to the right place. I have some amazing recipes to share with y'all today, and I think you're going to like them, so let's get into it. So I have already washed and dried 1 pound of baby bella mushrooms. I'm just gonna get those over here on my baking sheet. I've just put some parchment paper on there just in case. This is not quite the full pound. I had a couple in here that just didn't look too good, so almost a full pound. I'm gonna get these on here and then we're gonna start making our filling. First, I'm gonna give a little sprinkle of salt and pepper. So I have about a cup of leftover stuffing here in a bowl. We're gonna add.
And what goes better with a plate of leftovers than a really good cup of coffee? Thank you to Beanbox for sponsoring today's video.
All right, so our coffee for today is Snow Melt Winter Blend. This creamy chocolatey roast will melt in your mouth, not in your mug. With rich notes of milk chocolate and warm spices, this blend brings back the nostalgia of hot cocoa on winter days when you hoped the snow would never melt. And the notes in here are hot chocolate, marshmallow, and spice. Oh my goodness, I think this might be my favorite yet. I cannot wait to taste this. Let's make some coffee real quick. And then also we saved the 2 little bags that we've tried already. This one was Winter Solstice Blend, which was delicious. It even has the little kind of roast meter, I guess you'd say, up here on the corner. This one was Sleigh Bells Holiday Blend, and the notes in it were chocolate, blackberry pie, and fig. We have loved the 2 we've tried so far. I'll let you guys know in a second when we try this one, but I just think this is so fun. If I received this for a gift, I would be so excited because I love coffee, but when you can have it in a fun way like this, the 12 days of coffee, you get to open one every day and see the fun new flavor. I think that is just such a good idea, and like I said, I would love to have this as a gift. So if you're looking for a gift last minute, somebody you don't know what to buy for and they love coffee, here you go.
So Beanbox is a way you or someone you love can have that coffee house experience right at home. Each box is freshly roasted, packaged with love in Seattle, and delivered super fast. Darren loves to grind our own coffee because he thinks it's fresh, but you can choose already ground or whole bean.
Another cool little option they have is this one that is paired with the different chocolates. I think this is so neat. So you have all of your different little chocolates, like this one says edamame sea salt, mango plantain, cayenne Veracruz orange, black fig pistachio, and then they are paired with coffee underneath. It's a tasting flight. This kind of tells you a little bit about it, and then you have all of these different coffees down here. I think this is just the coolest thing. What goes better than coffee and chocolate?
Make sure to shop the links in the description box and use code COOKCLEANANDREPEAT for 15% off any order through December 31st.
We're gonna add just a couple things to that. We're gonna add 1/3 cup of chopped pecans, and then also 1/3 cup of chopped dried cranberries, craisins. We're just gonna get all of this mixed up together. All right, we're gonna set that to the side and bring our mushrooms back over. And now I just have about 2 ounces of cream cheese, and I'm just gonna add a tiny bit to each one of my mushrooms, just like that. So now we're just gonna take some of our stuffing mixture and place onto each one. And she says to kind of push down on there just to make sure it sticks and gets down in there. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of our stuffing mixture to each one. So while I'm finishing up stuffing these mushrooms, y'all have to let me know. I was just thinking, do y'all eat on Thanksgiving Day before the actual meal? What do you eat? Do you eat a few pickups? Do you eat something light? Honestly, I'm usually cooking, so I don't really eat anything. We just kind of starve, or at least I do, until the big meal. So y'all let me know what y'all do for lunch Thanksgiving Day. Also, do you eat lunch or dinner for Thanksgiving? That's another thing. We kind of eat about 1 or 2 in the middle of the day, and that way it kind of covers both lunch and dinner. I know I'm getting kind of messy with this. And my kids are coming in and out of the door back there, playing outside. All right, this is going into the oven at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes until the mushrooms are tender and the tops are nice and brown. So I'm just gonna use my Dutch oven and we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter. All right, my butter is melted, so I'm adding in 3 chopped carrots. And then in this bowl, I have 3 stalks of celery chopped and 1 onion. We're gonna dump that in as well. We're just gonna saute these veggies for about 5 minutes. All right, our veggies have some nice color on them, so we're gonna add some more ingredients. We're gonna add about 8 cups of chicken broth. Also adding 2 cups of water, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley, and 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And now we're just gonna bring everything up to a boil. And in the recipe I'm following, they used Ream's frozen noodles or dumplings. Let's see, what does it say? Yes, frozen egg noodles. I could not find those. I went to 2 different stores. Apparently Publix has them, but I didn't feel like going to a 3rd store for those. So I just got the regular, just dry egg noodles. And my pot is already pretty full. It calls for a 12-ounce bag, but I'm not sure that 12 ounces frozen would be the same is not frozen, so I'm not gonna add quite this whole bag in because we still have to add our cream mixture and our turkey. So if you have a bigger pot, maybe use that, or maybe my veggies were just really big, who knows. But I think that'll still be nice and enough noodles, and we're gonna let those cook about 15 minutes. All right, my noodles are pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and add in our leftover turkey. I just chopped it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it in so it can be soaking up all those flavors. Sorry about that scraping on there. So it can be soaking up all the flavors we added into the soup. And then we're gonna come over here and work on a little cream mixture to go in here. Obviously that's what's gonna make it creamy and delicious. And since those noodles are pretty much done, I'm just gonna turn it down to low. So over here I have my large skillet. I'm gonna melt about 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna get my sweater fuzz out of the pan. All right, my butter is melted, so now I'm just gonna add 1/4 cup of flour. Gonna whisk that around, cook it for a few minutes. Get that flour taste cooked off of there. Now I'm just gonna add 1 cup of whole milk. Continue whisking, and about 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Just gonna whisk all that together. All right, I got this nice and all whisked together. You can see how smooth that is. We're gonna get this mixture into the pot with everything else. All right, it already looks so good. If you didn't want a creamy soup, you could definitely just not add this part. Looks delicious, the perfect consistency. I'm glad we didn't add the rest of those noodles. So now let's get our cream mixture in here. I'm gonna try to whisk that in here the best that I can. That looks really, really good. Looks like a really good consistency. I love my soups to have all kinds of little flavorful things in there, like the chicken and the veggies, but I also like there to be pretty much an even ratio of actual liquid, like the soup part. It's the best part. All right, I'm gonna let this simmer, or not simmer, just kind of sit here for a couple more minutes and we'll be ready to eat. it is about thinking I'm recording today and I'm not, but I'm just making up our little breading mixture for our mac and cheese bites. I just have some plain breadcrumbs in here. You can use any kind that you want. And then I also, since my breadcrumbs are completely plain, I just added some Lowry's seasoned salt. And that's all we're gonna need for that. Let me set that to the side. All right, to the next bowl, we're gonna add about 3 eggs. Y'all, did y'all just see that? Did anybody just catch that? I switched those bowls around, even though they were exactly the same. All right, give the eggs a little whisk. And then lastly, to this bowl, we're just gonna add some flour. And here is the leftover mac and cheese. The directions in her recipe say to put it in the freezer for about 15 minutes before you get started, just to kind of let it harden up a little bit. So that's what I did. But I just made this earlier in the day. Obviously with your Thanksgiving leftovers, it's already gonna be probably in the fridge, ready for you. So we're gonna form this into balls. Let me get my cookie sheet out. All right, I'm gonna give my cookie sheet a really good spray with some cooking spray. I have a little ice cream scoop over here. I'm just gonna kind of scoop this. All right, these are falling apart a little bit. Okay, so I dipped it in the flour. It says to quickly or briefly dip it in the egg, drain off the excess, and then in the breadcrumbs, okay? And on the pan it goes. So I'm gonna keep doing this until I've made enough little macaroni balls. And I have a feeling this would work much better with homemade mac and cheese. And I'm pretty positive these would be even better in the air fryer. To be honest with y'all, I just don't want to get my air fryer out because it'll be one more thing I'll have to clean before Thanksgiving. So we're gonna do them in the oven tonight. This is messy, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But while I'm making these, I know y'all can't see my face right now, but one of my favorite things I used to eat back in my like college age years, because I really didn't go, anyways, I used to love going to Jack in the Box and getting their macaroni bites. Of course they were deep fried and they were delicious. I would just go get those and I probably lived off of them. All right, sorry about my washing machine. It's getting ready to come in here and start cooking for me. Anyways, I'm gonna give these a little spray of cooking spray. They're going into the oven at 425 for 10 minutes. I'm gonna flip them, spray them again, another 10 minutes, and then we should have some mac and cheese bites. Y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you will give these Thanksgiving leftover recipes a try. I think I'm gonna go fix myself a plate. I hope you're all doing amazing. I'll see you real soon in the next one. Bye, y'all.